Hey, how's it going? Alright, so we got that kitchen knife out of the way. Actually, I was looking at it, and I don't think it's as bad as I thought it was that first night. I think I just got a little discouraged, but we'll look at that later and stuff. But anyway, onto this cleaver. I took a pad, and I sanded off all that polish. Remember, we put all that flints and stuff on there? So I wanted to make sure all that polish is off, because I'm just going to go dip this. I'm going to go put it in ferric, and then we're going to throw it in the stone washer. I mean, you can see the hamon and stuff, but it's not as nice as I'd like it, so I think I'm going to put a stone wash finish on that. And while we're waiting on that, I'll show you some I'll show you how to rock pattern this, and why I like liners and stuff. You know, it's kind of a guide. Alright, let's go over to the ferric and get this dip. Alright, yeah, so here's the kitchen knife. See, it's a little bit off. And, you know, I put so much time into it. You know, what you saw in 15 minutes was like 2 hours of grinding. But, I think we can work this out. I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm just going to hand sand it. And then I'll put like some kind of, you know, true oil or tung oil on it or something. But here's what I want to show you. If you remember, I grinded the spine so it's even. So anytime you do that, you don't want to re-dip your knife because you spent all that time working on it. So you just take like a towel or something, dip that in the ferric, and just wipe it. Let it sit on there, wipe it down. And see now, if you have to, you can make it match like that. See, it's even a little darker, so a little sandpaper and, you know, it should be fine. Now, I'm gonna have to go bake. I'm gonna let it sit for like 5 or 10 minutes and let the ferric actually eat into it and see what I did. But, yeah, then you just put some baking soda, you know, water and stuff, and sand it down to meet how you want it. But, you know, if you ever have a problem and you want to do your spine and, you know, oh, I messed up, and, you know, you just come back and do it a little bit. You don't dip the whole thing, you just take a little ferric and wipe it on there. Alright, I thought I'd show you that and show you what I meant. See, what I thought was messed up is you can see the lines are a little janky right here, and they don't go straight, you know, like right in here. But I think all that can be fixed. I don't think it's really that hard of a fix, to be honest. Alright, let's dip this bad boy. Pull it out, make sure it's even. Make sure there's no spots that aren't getting hit. I'm gonna just leave that in for 5 minutes because it's already basically got ferric on it and stuff, so I just want to make sure it's, you know, I scraped off all the polish and all that with the sandpaper, and we're going back in. Alright, 5 minutes, you know, we'll pull it out, we should be good. I'll be back. Alright, let's pull that bad boy out. And of course now we got our hamon back, but I don't think it's just good enough to keep, so let me go throw this in the baking soda and I'll set up by the stone washer and I'll show you how I do that. Alright, so here it is, just a regular Harbor Freight stone washing thing. The media, I've tried a bunch of different media. You know, I've tried the little green ones that you get from Harbor Freight. You know, they all kind of work the same depending on what you want. I found this mix and 3 different kinds, but I found what really matters, you know, use some kind of like glass cleaner or something, and you know, the wetter your mix is and the more water, the better it comes out. And then the big trick is to take WD-40, spray down the whole blade. Once you get it sprayed down, turn on the Stonewasher, put it in for 5 minutes or so. Alright, now there's something important. If you don't see it flipping back out like that, that means you don't have enough water, you know, your medium's too dry, you know, or whatever. Because I remember when I first started this, I'd put it in really dry, and it would just sit in one spot. And then like one side would get done, one side wouldn't get done. So that's why, you know, if you don't see it flipping out, just stand there for a little bit, watch, and when it flips back out, you know, you got a good wet mix and it'll work. You want it to go in and back out, because if it doesn't, you know, it's a pain. Believe me, I've sat here with this Stonewasher and tried everything. The media isn't the big deal, it's how wet it is. Alright, let's get on to grinding that rock pattern. Been about 10 minutes or so. Let's see what we got here now. See, it's hard to tell because that WD-40 makes like a layer on top of it. That's why I use something, you know, that'll remove all that. See what we got in here. I think that's it. Any more and it'll lighten up too much. Yeah, I really like how that came out. Now I'll hit it with the WD-40 again, just to protect it some. And that finish should really pop now. Yeah, if you don't like it, throw it back in. If you do too much, dip it again and start over. Wow, look at that. We'll have to look at it in better light, but whoo-wee. All right, I'm glad I did that. All right, let's go get these handles done. All right, so I like to use a small wheel attachment. I'll use to start it, to put the bigger dents and stuff in. I guess, you know, it's rock pattern, I guess you'd call it dents. Bigger blemishes, I'll start with this. Then I'll move to a smaller one, just to have a little depth and just a little bit of, you know, different sizes and change and all that stuff. You know, I'll start with the bigger one, then go to the small one. That way you have a different range and different types of stuff. And a dog barking in the back, you know, put in the bigger grooves and stuff. Then I'll come around with a smaller one. You know, just give it a little diversity and, you know, change the shape and all that. All right, let's get this set up and I'll be back. All right, so if you see here, you see the liners. So that's kind of an indication you don't want to go past them, because, you know, then you'll be going into spine territory. You can kind of go a little bit into them, but you know, you've already shaped this to the size of your handle. It fits your handle perfect. You know, and with these, you don't have to finish as much because you're already rock patterning them. So, you know, get them as good as you want them, and then start going the rock pattern. All right, let's get this done. I got the bigger wheel, bigger of the two smaller wheels on. Let's do this. All right, well, it doesn't look like much now, but you'll see. Let's put the little one on. One little tip with grinders, I don't care if it's the horizontal or vertical or whatever, always test to see where your belt is before turning it on, because if you don't, it'll grind right into the side of stuff. If you look, that's how all these are. If I'm starting it too low or whatever, now I like to turn it down, see where it's running, then turn it up. All right, let's do this. Alright. So you're saying it doesn't look like much now, right? Watch this. Let me see a WD-40. I don't think that penetrating oil is good for that. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. So no penetrating oil, WD-40. Yeah. Now we're talking. Yeah. Nice fat rock pattern. Now I'm gonna get these, I don't like these big roofs in there. I'm gonna get this side came out perfect. A little bit more time. Here we go. OCD. I think I'm just gonna have a flash that starts saying OCD alert. I came back and I looked at that kitchen knife and it wasn't as bad as I thought, so, you know, sometimes you just gotta take a break. Here we go. Alright, OC or D or not, let's get these on the handles or get these on the knives and see what we got. Alright, handles on. I gotta do these pivots. See, this pivot's too long, so I'm gonna have to take it out and shorten it up on the grinder a little bit. I think I got videos where I did that. But other than that, this one's done. I gotta do the Kydex and all that, put my logo on it, but you know, for now, the handles are done, everything else. The Kydex and the logos I'm gonna do on another, you know, off camera. There's no reason to do 100 videos on Kydex and logos, so it's basically all the same thing. So, there's this knife. Now for this, since we didn't since we didn't rock pattern the handles, the best thing to do, get a sanding block. You know, come in here, see all these little dips from, you know, on the grinder. You just gotta keep sanding them. You know, 120, oh, that's 220. No wonder it's not right there. Hold on, I bought some new ones. Bear with me a second. 220, 220. Oh man, I bought a bunch of 220s. Alright, I knew I had some. So you come in here, and you just keep sanding at it till, you know, now you see how it's all rocked out like that? That shows you how smooth you gotta get it. See all those dimples and all that? That's because it's not smooth. So you just gotta keep going, get it all smooth, get all these dimples out. You might even have to go down to like an 80. You know, you want these handles smooth, not rock pattern. So you're gonna have to just keep going down, keep going over it. If 120's not doing it, you gotta go down to 80. If 80's not doing it, you gotta go down to 60. And sometimes, you know, really, honestly, it's best to put a piece of tape over this. See, I don't got the screws in, so there's gaps. That's another thing you want to look for. Make sure there's no gaps in your things when it's tight. Like this. See? These have screws in it. No gaps. Everything's tight. Everything's nice and tight. Man, that feels good. Yeah. So, yeah, you gotta break out to 60, even 40, or whatever it takes. You want to get all these grooves out and get it all sanded down nice and smooth. Put it, you know, clamp it, take some towels, wrap the towels around it, clamp it in a vise like that. You know, this one would be too big for my knife maker's vise. But, you know, just clamp it in a regular vise, put some wood on both sides, and then just go to town, because that's what I'm going to end up doing. I'm just going to sit here and do it for you on camera because that's boring. I'm trying to cut my videos shorter and, you know, make it exciting. Look at that stonewash. Came out real nice. Especially when the light hits it just a certain way. Yeah, you can even see the mode now too. So, Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do for a sheath on this one. But, you know, for now, this is it. This series is done. You know, I got a little things to do offline or off camera. But other than that, these are done. The kitchen knife's done. You know, all it is finish, hand sanding, and a little bit of finish work here and there. And now it's on to the next project. I got you know, I've got some Parts 50 and I've got some McMaster car, I got some W2 and I got some 1095. We're gonna run some tests. But first, the next video will be showing how to do jimping. You know, I usually do it on the mill, but if you don't have a mill, I'm gonna show you a couple different ways that we can get it done. So, till next time, thanks for watching. Please like, please subscribe, comment. It's great hearing all you guys comment, man. It really makes me happy to know people are watching. So thanks for all that. Thanks for all the support. And as always, take it easy.